It's funny you bring that up because last week I was speaking to a client, and um, essentially what I ended up telling him was that we sometimes confuse control and effort. And what I mean by that is sometimes we believe that we can control more than what we can, and we believe that we lack the ability to put in the amount of effort. And the reason why, and as I explained this to the individual, is because you can't control things outside of your control, right? So you can say that you're 100% in control of your sobriety, but what happens when your mom dies, right? What happens when that best friend that you've been friends with for 20 years ends up taking their life? What happens if you have to, put one of your cats or your dogs down? What happens if, something happens to your child? Those things are outside of your control. So then I revisited and I was like, so do you still think you have 100% control of your sobriety? But when you bring it up like that, like I don't know. So I said, now that you realize that the amount of control that you thought you had, it's not that you don't have the control, it's what is your efforts to make sure that you don't fall
Mm,
back into those same patterns, right? So yes, like a family member could pass away, but if you have a plan,
mm,
that speaks to what effort you've put in. So it's like, hey, I'm
mhm,
putting in 100% effort because I have plan A, B, and C as well as plan Z if, this happens. Or if I have old associate that comes around and is like asking questions like whether or not I want to participate, you have plan A, B, C, all the way to Z on how you're not going to fall into that, right? So it's about the effort and it's about the amount of energy that you're willing to put into being disciplined and building up those efforts, right? Because we don't have control. Like we don't even have control of our lives in essence, right? So, but it's about the effort that we put into it.